it's funny because the technology, and I'm sure when we started to drive, right? I can remember my truck, it's a 1979 truck. Back then we had crank windows. There was nothing power about them, right? You had crank windows and that was about it. I didn't have a radio, I didn't have an ashtray in my truck, and that was in 1979. Now the vehicles are using the lasers, the sonars, the GPS, all of this stuff that we had done and tested in research 30 years ago, that they're in just about every vehicle now. You know, my vehicle now has adaptive cruise control, side collision warning, headway collision, and has an infotainment system. And again, that's 30 some years. And I mean, so, you know, that vehicle compared to what I owned, you know, 30 some years ago, I mean, it's just a tremendous amount of research and change that has done in the automobile industry at that time. The research that, you know, when I was a part of, let's say like the 97 demo, that was on HOV lanes. So that was on dedicated lanes for vehicles. And that was okay because there's no pedestrians or kids or dogs, anything that's on that roadway. And, you know, at that time in 97, we had, which was the GPS at that time, was restricted the amount that the government had put a, I'm trying to think, Christoph, they had put some kind of, I'm lost for words at that particular time, but they restricted the accuracy of GPS back then. It was probably somewhere maybe around 100 feet was the accuracy. And then in 2000, they took that restriction off. So it became 10 times more accurate. So back in 97, when we were doing it, we would say this was not going to happen unless the restrictions are taken off of the GPS. And now, since that has happened, and now you have 5G out there, you have your phone and all this other stuff, the accuracy of GPS is so more, it's a lot more accurate that you can use the automated vehicles a lot easier than you could back in 97 because of those restrictions. Now, it's still kind of scary because you are still thinking about this, who had used or who is programming the vehicles at this time. Because, you know, we have this intuitive instinct that when we're driving down the roadway, if a ball rolls out into the roadway, we would kind of say there may be a child following that or a dog following that. So we would end up saying, okay, let's sit back. And even though the ball rolled out of our path and maybe into the next lane, we are still going to be observant to something may come between cars or something. I'm not, I don't want to downplay that, but I guess I'm not sure how people or how you can put that kind of programming into a computer for it to have that kind of knowledge, right? It can look at obstacles. It can be very good at looking at obstacles, looking at what's way ahead of you that maybe even you can't see, like at night when you have infrared cameras and stuff like that. But that intuitive instinct that a human has, I'm still wondering, can you program that into a computer?